It's my honor now to introduce our Police Chief, Philip L. Sanchez.
Thank you, William. Good morning. Between December 2016 and February of 2017, Pasadena was plagued with a series of apparent gang shootings resulting in 3 homicides and 2 attempted homicides. In a proactive effort to mitigate the violence, the Pasadena Police Department implemented the Violence Reduction Task Force, which comprised of public safety personnel from throughout the organization. During the first 70 days of the task force, members seized approximately 49 guns, which included assault rifles and high-capacity pistols, and arrested approximately 24 gang members. This morning, I'm proud to announce that as the result of some brilliant police work, 8 suspects responsible for the shootings are in police custody. At this time, I'd like to recap the shootings for you. On Thursday, December 22nd, 2016, at approximately 9:47 p.m., Brandon Douglas was shot and killed in the 1200 block of North Fair Oaks Avenue. On Friday, January 6, 2017, at approximately 11:51 p.m., victims Antoinette Suffin and Armonte Duncan were shot and killed in the 100 block of West Claremont Street. A female adult, 37 years old, was also shot during the incident, and fortunately she survived her injuries. On Monday, January 16th, 2017, at approximately 2:24 a.m., several people were gathered in the 800 block of North Garfield Avenue, and the suspects opened fire, striking a female adult, 18 years old. She was an innocent bystander. Fortunately, she did not succumb to her wounds. In all of the shootings, Pasadena police officers responded quickly. They contained the area, collected evidence, interviewed witnesses. Initially, the response was critical. PD officers preserved evidence and helped identify witnesses, which created the framework for the successful apprehension of the suspects responsible for these shootings. Pasadena police detectives immediately initiated a vigorous and comprehensive investigation. Their preliminary evidence suggested there was an active gang feud between a Pasadena and a Duarte Street gang at the center of the violence. Pasadena police homicide detectives formulated an investigative plan, which included collaboration with other law enforcement officials. Pasadena homicide detectives were relentless in their efforts to identify and bring to justice these suspects that were responsible for the crimes. With limited information and at times reluctant witnesses, Pasadena Police Department focused their efforts on the Duarte Street gang members with a variety of investigative techniques. During the 6-month period, Pasadena police detectives followed every tip related to the shootings, which often included re-interviewing victims, witnesses, and analyzing anonymous information. At the conclusion of the investigation, search warrants were executed, resulting in the arrest of 8 predatory suspects. The case was presented to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office on June 5th, resulting in multiple felony charges, including murder, attempted murder, and gang enhancements on each of the 8 suspects. The charges are listed below the photographs of the suspects for your information. The Pasadena Police Department is seeking the public's help. We believe that other shootings may have been committed by these individuals, and so we are asking the public to call with information to the Pasadena Police Department at 626-744-4241, or community members can call and provide the information anonymously at Crime Stoppers, 1-800-222-8477. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the exceptional and brilliant investigative talents of the Pasadena Police Department Homicide Unit, which includes Sergeant Keith Gomez, Detective Dustin Gomez, Detective Edgar Sanchez, Detective Anthony Russo, Detective Jose Ureta, Detective Jordan Ling, and Detective Jonathan Buckles. Command oversight was provided by Commander Kelly Evans and Lieutenant Carrillo. The homicide unit's experience, dedication, courage helped remove 8 killers from our community who clearly demonstrated a propensity for violence. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Temple City Station is also worthy of acknowledgement this morning. Sheriff McDonald is represented by Commander Scoggins, Captain Flores, and Lieutenant McNeil. From the onset of the shootings, the Pasadena Police Department worked collaboratively with the Los Angeles County Sheriffs to identify suspects responsible for these cowardly and senseless acts involving gang members from the city of Duarte. Without the intimate knowledge and expertise of Deputies Thomas and Milano, we could not have completed this case. I believe this case underscores the dedication, the talents, and the investigative experience of the Pasadena Police Department Homicide Unit, who were clearly supported by the Violence Reduction Task Force, uniformed personnel, forensic specialists, and other law enforcement partners. Thank you for your attention this morning.
Okay. Questions? Andre?
Who are the shooters up here? I mean, all of them, some of them, or is there anybody you can identify as charged with direct murder?
So all state suspects are shooters, and they're all involved in one form or another of either the homicide or the attempt homicide.
So then the day after, so we had the January 6th shooting, then we had a January 7th shooting at the memorial. That person was wounded. Were they also involved in the second shooting that weekend?
We believe that these suspects are the suspects responsible for those shootings.
And then last question. Do we have any idea what the feud between the gangs revolved around?
Our investigation is continuing, Andre, and we believe that we'll be able to show that ultimately as we prepare for court and move forward with the district attorney's office. The bottom line is this, is that these are predatory gang members, and they showed a lot of resolve, and they showed a complete wanton disregard for the community and or for the victims that they were intending to kill.
Chief, did you get much cooperation? Normally in a case like this, nobody saw anything, nobody knows anything. How did you crack that?
Well, you know, it's difficult. The truth of the matter is, to your points exclusively, it is difficult in these kinds of cases. Retaliatory behavior from other gang members or those kinds of concerns are always difficult. But I will say that the Pasadena Police Department has an extraordinary relationship with its community. That's what community policing is about at the core. At the end of the day, my detectives received anonymous tips. They were able to run that to ground. They also received information from other individuals who ultimately will come forward as witnesses in the criminal trial. Those are courageous individuals. Those are folks that recognize their civic duty to helping remove predators from the community when these heinous, senseless crimes are committed. But at the end of the day, we have a great relationship with our community, and people felt comfortable enough coming forward to Detective Gomez, to Sergeant Gomez, and to the others on the homicide team.
Does this group include multiple suspected gang members from the Pasadena gang and the Duarte gang?
These gang members that are here before you are all from the Duarte Street gang.
Okay. And have you identified a number of potential shootings that might be linked to this case, but you don't have the evidence?
That's what we're asking for the community's help, that they call in if they have information about criminal activity. We'd ask that they report that information to the Pasadena Police Department.
But you don't have a number of potential shootings that might be related, but you haven't been able to absolutely connect them yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Do you believe there are more gang members out there you're looking for? Are there more gang members that are directly affiliated with these guys?
Good morning, Lieutenant Carrillo with the Pasadena Police Department. Yes, although we reached this point in our investigation that resulted in the arrest of these 8 individuals, we're still investigating any other incidents that are out there. So we appreciate you, the media, who's here today to get the word out to any witnesses and or victims that have any information where these individuals may have been involved or other individuals involved in incidents that have been, gone unreported at this point.
They said they were all, you said they were all involved in the shootings in some form or fashion. Any weapons gathered, anything that connects all of them directly to those shootings?
We do have firearms that are in custody. I won't go into that too deep because we are waiting for ultimately for a trial or at least to proceed through the judicial process. But it suffices to say that we did collect weapons that were associated directly with this homicide. It also, I think, is a nice segue to just remind the media and your viewing public about the number of weapons that were seized by the Violence Reduction Task Force. 40-plus weapons in 70 days, folks, I got to tell you, is extraordinary. And that was related directly to crimes here in Pasadena. So we have challenges. We do appreciate the public's help. As Lieutenant Carrillo said a moment ago, I really do appreciate the fact that you're here helping spread this information. The bottom line is that the Pasadena Police Department Homicide Unit was brilliant in this investigation, relentless in their efforts. They collaborated well with our partners at the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, and together we were able to remove 8 predatory individuals from our community. The takeaway is this, is the Pasadena Police Department will relentlessly pursue you if you commit crime in our city. And we will do that with local, federal, or state resources as appropriate.
Chief, you make this sound like this is an unprecedented type of bust. Is that accurate?
Well, I think in the history of this organization, it's unprecedented. My understanding is that we've taken, some of the core leadership off of a Duarte Street gang. You guys cover a lot more stories than I do, but at the end of the day, it's been a while since a local law enforcement agency our size has made an arrest this significant.
So you busted up this gang?
I suspect that there is always kind of succession planning, for a lack of better terms, in local street gangs. I suspect that this gang is following that format, and there'd be probably other people to take their place.
Have victims or victims' family members been cooperative or come forward at all?
They've been as cooperative as they can. I think that, again, through the relationship with the homicide unit and the victims of those crimes, we have a pretty significant relationship with them. I think they understand the magnitude of this investigation.
Chief, right after this happened, 10 people were arrested on gun charges. Are those 10 people, have they been released? Are they still under investigation? Were they connected to this at all?
Well, they were, as I recall, following the January shooting, or in between the last part of 2016 and January homicide, we arrested in one weekend, I think it was 9 suspects, and we recovered like 11 firearms or something like that. It was extraordinary. To my knowledge, those people are still moving through the judicial process.
Okay.
Are
One more.
any of the victims suspected members of the dead victims, suspected members of the Pasadena gang?
What I can tell you is that there may be some affiliation, but that is something that is beside the point for our homicide detectives at this moment, because obviously any senseless act of violence such as this, as a murder, is serious in itself. And whereas the detectives' objective actually in this investigation, like in any investigation, is to find that perpetrator. And obviously when we get to the core of the reason behind the shootings, or reasons for that matter, and affiliations and so forth, that's something that would be presented in court at the time. When the time is.
Well, I asked since they're being described as retaliatory shootings.
So we believe that based on the investigation that there was some level of feud. Now, whether they were direct members of the gang or affiliated with the gang is still something that is being explored by our detectives.
Okay, so this is a good transition point. Don't go away. So we're going to go into our Spanish language version of this. So we'll give you a couple of minutes to take down your cameras if you want, but we need to move on pretty quickly for the Hispanic media, please.
Buenos días, soy el teniente Jesús Carrillo con el Departamento de Policía de Pasadena. Les quiero anunciar lo que ya escucharon en inglés, ahora lo vamos a traducir en español. Y vamos a empezar ahorita. Entre la temporada de diciembre de 2016 a febrero de 2017, Pasadena fue plagado con una serie de balaceras entre unas pandillas callejeras de Pasadena y Duarte, resultando en 3 homicidios y 2 intentos de homicidio. Esfuerzos proactivos fueron realizados para combatir esta violencia. El Departamento de Policía implementó grupos de oficiales responsables para reducir esta violencia. Durante un tiempo de 70 días, estos oficiales confiscaron 49 pistolas, incluyendo rifles de asalto, y se arrestaron 24 personas sospechosos como miembros de pandillas callejeras. Estas balaceras fueron publicadas por medio de la prensa. Esta mañana, orgullosamente, anunciamos que los esfuerzos y trabajo de nuestros oficiales ha resultado en el arresto de 8 sospechosos responsables por el serie de balaceras. Y en este momento quiero hablar sobre los incidentes de los homicidios. El jueves 22 de diciembre de 2016, aproximadamente a las 9:47 de la noche, la víctima, Brandon Douglas, fue balaceada y resultó en su muerte, que ocurrió en el bloque 1200 de la avenida Fair Oaks. El viernes, enero 6, 2017, aproximadamente a las 11:51 de la noche, víctimas Antoine Sudpeth y Armani Duncan fueron balaceados y resultó en sus muertes. Y esto ocurrió en el bloque 100 oeste de la calle Claremont, en la ciudad de Pasadena. En ese mismo incidente, una víctima de 37 años fue balaceada y por suerte sobrevivió sus heridas. El lunes, enero 16, 2017, aproximadamente a las 2:24 de la mañana, varios estaban reunidos en el bloque 800 de la avenida Garfield, cuando los sospechosos les disparó a los inocentes. Una víctima de 18 años fue herida y por suerte sobrevivió este asalto. En todas estas balaceras que ocurrieron en la ciudad, los oficiales de patrulla respondieron inmediatamente, colectaron la evidencia, hicieron las entrevistas de testigos y esta respuesta a estos incidentes fue crítico. Esta fue la base por cual los investigadores de nuestro departamento empezaron su investigación sobre los homicidios. Inmediatamente empezaron su investigación, vigorosamente, exhaustivo, y por medio de la evidencia y los testigos que los oficiales obtenieron información, siguió esta investigación por medio de unos 6 meses. En medio de esta investigación, aunque tenían poca información de veces, unos testigos que por medio de ser tímidos por medio de tipo de violencia que estaba ocurriendo, los detectives pusieron un plan para investigar y identificar a esos responsables por estas balaceras. En estos 6 meses que ocurrió esta investigación, los detectives del departamento de Pasadena, encargados de la investigación de estos homicidios, concluyeron después de 6 meses, sirviendo unas órdenes de registro para obtener, y cuando ya fueron identificados los sospechosos de estos, resultaron en el arresto de estos 8 sospechosos. Este caso, a la conclusión de los 6 meses, se presentó al fiscal del condado de Los Ángeles el 5 de junio, resultando en delitos que fueron cargados estos individuales que se encuentran aquí. Ahora, la razón por cual tenemos las fotos de los sospechosos con los nombres y los cargos es para ver si se encuentra algunas otras víctimas o testigas que se encuentran allá, que tienen información sobre incidentes que posiblemente no se han reportado todavía, y ojalá tengan esta información para poder seguir adelante, a ver si son estos los mismos responsables o tenemos otros que son responsables por otros crímenes que todavía no se han identificado. Y les pedimos al público que por favor, si tienen alguna información, pueden llamarnos aquí al Departamento de Policía al 626-744-4241. O pueden también dar información sin que sea identificada la persona por lacrimestoppers.gov. Y ahora lo que queremos hacer es reconocer el trabajo que hicieron nuestro unido de homicidio aquí en el Departamento de Policía, encargado por por los detectives va a ser el Sergeant Keith Gómez, los detectives Dustin Gómez, Edgar Sánchez, Anthony Russo, José Rita, Jordan Ling y Jonathan Buckles. Estos detectives fueron responsables por esta investigación y la captura de estas personas que ven aquí, que ya fueron cargados con estos cargos. Y también queremos reconocer que este trabajo fue colaborado con el esfuerzo de unos deputies del Departamento de Sheriffs del Condado de Los Ángeles. Va a ser el Deputy Matt Thomas y Deputy Dominic Milano. Estos dos fueron críticos en nuestra investigación, ayudando a nuestros detectives a llegar a este punto de nuestra investigación y los arrestos. Y también tenemos con nosotros aquí representando el sheriff del Condado de Los Ángeles, tenemos al comandante Scrogan, al capitán Flores y al teniente McLean. Ahorita, si hay alguna pregunta sobre este incidente.
Si pudiera aclarar, fueron 3 los homicidios, ¿correcto?
¿Mande?
¿Fueron 3 las personas que murieron?
Correcto.
Nada más hay 2 nombres, Anton y Ormoni. ¿Quién falta?
Disculpe, primero fue el 22 de diciembre, ese fue el Brandon Douglas. Sí.
¿Y ellos no están relacionados con ese homicidio también?
Sí, la persona que ve aquí en estas fotos va a ser el Darian Lee, es uno de los responsables sobre ese homicidio.
¿Se sabe si las víctimas también tienen afiliación con pandillas?
Eso todavía se está investigando para confirmar o corroborar a ver a qué nivel, si hay alguna conexión sobre eso. Es cosa que todavía los detectives están buscando sobre eso. Muchas gracias. Teniente Jesús Carrillo, R, L. Gracias.
Teniente, mencionó cuántos armas fueron decomisadas de casualidad.
Disculpe.
Mencionó la cantidad de armas que fueron decomisadas.
Fueron durante ese tiempo 49 que se confiscaron. Por medio de este homicidio tenemos 6 pistolas y total 6 pistolas que sobre de este. Sí.
Gracias.
Gracias.